Alright, so this is BB Davis. Welcome to BB Love Sports. We're back on the TGIS on Thursday. Seems like a Friday. But I did get into the football stats for South Carolina State. Everybody has switched up their website. So it's just a little difficult to kind of breeze through when you're trying to just gonzo style without looking at everything. So what I'm gonna do going forward with the team, we had a real quick team meeting here, and I'm in the line here at McDonald's. What we're gonna do going forward is to get the full stats and just do a screenshot. That way we'll have them and we won't have to go into the websites until a little bit later, until I can familiarize myself and make sure that when I'm pulling up something, it's right there. Now, as a website designer, I will say I'm gonna jump on and jump off, and this is with everybody. Creating new websites is great for anybody, but when you know that you are a specific type of entity and someone says, I want stats, it should go right to the stats. Not where you have to really search hard for it. Or when it says your next games, you should go right to the games instead of all this fancy stuff moving on. And that's cute and everything, and it's great. But it doesn't help for when people need to get where they need to get real quick, because media moves, and that's just what it is. But anyway, we're going to do live just to let you see how my life goes. It's so chaotic at times, but I don't know if I would change anything, because not only am I a sport broadcaster, I'm a publisher, I do voice artist.
Can we take your order, please?
And I order from McDonald's. Yes, let me get 2 fish fillets, sandwich only, and 1 large fry. I'm gonna share the fries.
Will that complete the order?
Yes.
Okay, please shove on to your first window.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you just love... Oh, I needed that light back there. That light was everything. Alright, so anyway, just kind of taking you through a little bit of my day and everything. So let's get with these stats here for state. They faced off last week with Alabama. They face off Saturday with Clemson. So, in the first quarter, all the way to the fourth, the final score, they lost by 1 point, 41-42. Crowd attendance was 11,500. Ooh, they're moving. They was at the stadium in Normal, Alabama. I mean, they are like quick draw McGraw. I love this. Any other time I would be complaining. Hello. They were in Huntsville, Alabama. Kickoff time was 6 p.m. End game was 9 p.m. The temperature was 81 degrees, weather clear. And so in the first quarter, you had Kendrell Flowers, who did a 14-yard run to Dyson Roberts' kick. Thank you. 2 plays, 19 yards. And then you had D. Anderson for Alabama, 2-yard pass from Akia Glass. And it was 7 plays, 63 yards. South Carolina State, Dyson Roberts, 21-yard field goal. This would take the game from 7-0 with South Carolina State scoring first to a tie, 7-7. Then the score would change again in the first quarter, 7-14. And then that was Alabama. It was Adu Hilaire, 9-yard pass from Akia Glass. That would make the score 7-14 with Alabama in the lead. And then in the second quarter, you had South Carolina State Dyson Roberts 21-yard field goal, 7 plays, 83 yards. The score would be 10-14 for South Carolina State. Second quarter, South Carolina State, Kendrell Flowers 3-yard run to Dyson Roberts kick, 10 plays, 79 yards. And then the score would change again with South Carolina State in the lead, 17-14. Second quarter, Alabama, Gary Quarles, 4-yard run. Spencer Corey kicked, 10 plays, 79 yards. The score would change with Alabama back in the lead, 17-21. And now I'm about to get my fish fillet. This is all Gonzo style, so. Okay, while he has that, just keep an eye out for him. Casey says, here's your order, ma'am. Here's your order, ma'am.
How you doing?
Hello.
Good. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too. All right. I love that. I love good customer service. You can't beat it. Okay. So I'm going to go over here with some more lights. And I'm going to pull up in the light. Because I need some light. Okay, good. Okay, good. Let me pull up some more. Okay, somebody comes. Ooh, I had some good light back there. I really did. Okay. But I can't pull there because, you know, you're going to be blocking whoever comes in. So what I'm going to do is back it up. Is somebody blowing me? Who's blowing? Okay, this is a little bit better because of the light, but if somebody comes behind me, they got all these other open bays here. We're at the like gas station / fast food and everything. And then I got the Carolina, you see that? I still got that a Carolina Gamecocks t-shirt on. So I got the flag going, so it could be another Carolina fan. I wouldn't think that it would be a Clemson fan blowing at me, except for saying screw off or something like that. All right, so getting back here, we have the score had changed from 17-21 with Alabama in the lead. And then South Carolina State, Shaquan Davis hit a 46-yard pass from Corey Fields Jr. Dyson Roberts kick, 1 play, 46 yards. Score change again. Okay, this is a really good game. This was 24-21. And then you had South Carolina State, Kendrell Flowers, 8-yard run, 1 plays, 8 yards, 31-21. South Carolina State still in the lead. Okay, then in the third quarter, you had Alabama, Kendrick Johnson, 7-yard pass from Akil Glass, Corey Spencer kick, 8 plays, 86 yards, 31-28. Bulldogs still in the lead. Third quarter, Brian Jacobs Jr., 24-yard pass to Akil Glass, 37 yards. Then we go back to Alabama in the lead, 35-31. Okay, third quarter still, yeah, Corey Fields with a 54-yard run, 5 plays, 70 yards, 38-35. South Carolina State would get back in the lead by 3 points, 38-35. South Carolina State in the fourth quarter, Dyson Roberts, 21-yard field goal, 10 plays, 50 yards, 41-35. Fourth quarter, in the 6 minutes, Alabama, Akil Glass, 1-yard run, the Daggers. The Dagger play. And so that was 6 plays, 55 yards, 41-42. That's it. When you do the team stats, first downs with South Carolina State, they had 15 to Alabama's 28. Very important right there. That's very telling there where Alabama got where they needed to be, understanding the assignment to get more of the first downs. In rushing, 8 and 10, Bulldogs 8, Alabama 10. Passing 7 for South Carolina State, 17 for Alabama. And penalties, Alabama had 1. In rushing, 242 for the Bulldogs to 143. See how the dynamics change? But those first downs are everything. In the yards gained, 268 for South Carolina State, 169 for Alabama. Yards lost, 26-26. So that was evenly matched. Passing, you had 213 for South Carolina State, 426. That's a whole dynamic of difference right there between Alabama and South Carolina State in passing. And in touchdowns, 4 touchdowns for Alabama, 1 for South Carolina State. South Carolina still was holding on to the leads there, but still a 1-point game loss. And then time possession of the ball, they were equally matched. 29-54 for the Bulldogs, 30-06 for Alabama. Third down conversions were 3 of 14 for South Carolina State, 6 of 14 for Alabama. Fourth down conversions, 3 of 4 for South Carolina State and 3 of 3 for Alabama. Red zone score and chances, 5 of 5 for the Bulldogs, 6 of 7 for Alabama. Sacks, 1 of 8 for South Carolina State and 2 of 10 for Alabama. And then in field goals, 2 of 2 for South Carolina State and 0 of 1 for Alabama. So just wanted to kind of get that out the way there. It's going to be a lot of great matchups in all of the conferences. Again, all eyes are going to be definitely with Tennessee State and with Jackson State. So you just have to see exactly what happens. I know the edge goes more toward Jackson State, but you just don't know what is going to happen. I would do a live call right now, but I know how we get down and cut up. So I'm not going to do a live call with Cedric, who is a Tennessee State alumni. That's my first cousin in Tampa. Played for the Cardinals in the NFL and ended his career with the Miami Dolphins. So I'm not going to give him a call right now. My da, the Cuban gentleman, also says uncle, favorite uncle. My dog just hit me and he was just like, hey baby doll. That's what my dad calls me. And my dad was a Patriots fan after Tom Brady left. Dad defected over with Uncle Luke, which is Ced's dad, and they all are now SEAHAWKS fans. I have no problems with that. I think house dividers are really, really good. It makes for interesting football. I can tell you that when you have like so many house dividers. But I wish all teams well. And also, too, when I was taking a look at the SEAC, okay, I want to give a shout out to John C. Smith alumni, okay, because we all went to school together. And at Fort Valley State, they hired Maurice Flowers as the new football head coach for the Wildcats. And actually, it's 2 that are there. So I want to give a shout out to Maurice. And I also want to give a shout out to Anthony Holloman. What's up, Darlington? South Carolina in the house. Anthony is actually the athletic director at Fort Valley State. Let me get that correct. And so I think that is so good. It's so good when you see your own college alumni together, and I think that that's really great. Is this person trying to get here, or are they just going around here because it's happy days because we're both Cadillacs? It's been a lot going on, right? Just like security. This girl just jumped out. I was in like a little remote spot for the first half of my live stream, and then it was just like, okay, I mean, we do got security on deck, okay? Make no mistake about it. But it was just like, okay, so I was just trying to figure out what's going on. Cadillacs love showing each other love, so that's a CTS, I think, or either, yeah, that's a CTS. And so they love showing love and everything like that, but you know, you can never be too careful out here, so you always gotta keep your eyes wide open, keep your security on deck, and, you know what I'm saying, keep your wits about you. I love just reporting on the go when I'm not in a professional setting, but yeah, that is so cool. So when I saw this, I was like, wait a minute, that person looks familiar in the face. I was like, that's Maurice. Okay, like we've been out of school for quite some time, but you know, we age good. We really, really do. So yeah, so that's Maurice Flowers. Shout out, and then I want to give a shout out to Anthony Holloman, who is the athletic director there at Fort Valley State. So that's good. See you, Josh C. Smith alumni, Go Smithites, doing their thing. And also taking a look around. So they're in the SEAC division. Because when I saw the picture, I was like, these handsome fellas, they look familiar. Okay. Also, I want to give love to 1021 Magazine for loading my post over on the Instagram platform. I also want to give love to them behind the scenes with me doing my thing, and so there's that. Also too, we did say that for my Cigar Aficionado channel, Cigar Say Sister, that I will be going live, and I will be going live tonight. I'll be doing my review on Certified Lover Boy by Drake, and I'll be having a nice premium cigar, so that's going to be really, really cool. You can go over to YouTube channel right here on YouTube to Cigara Say Sister, that's CIGARASTCISTAR, and you will see me in the late night though. Gotta get more dolled up, and then I'll be doing my review. But I think it's great for hip-hop, how we have these good albums coming out, and every one of them are giving different things. Nas is Nas, okay? Nas the God, okay? And then you got Drake that appeals to his fan base, and then you have Kanye that appeals to his fan base. I mean, that is what it is. So we look forward to all of these college games and college excitements and all of that. Now, I did see, and I peeked it real quick, so I can't really say, but I know a lot of people have are still going by the whole should we or should we not have homecoming. And I know some people are losing their entire collective minds or whatnot, but here's what I have to say about that. You definitely want to be safe, and I would say that homecoming experience is one that is unforgettable, but your life should be more unforgettable too. So if they make the ruling that they're not going to have the homecoming, I know a lot of people can be bummed out about it, and if you feel safe enough, then get with your groups if they're not going to have a homecoming, and just be satisfied with whatever the consequences may be. But I'm all for safety, and I guess people can say, well, you can say that because you know you've been to your homecomings and all that good stuff, but you want to think about that. You're talking about in a pandemic, you're talking about people who are vaccinated, people who are not vaccinated, you're talking about deaths, you're talking about hospital stays that are still going on, and lives that are being cut short. We have our president who is making the pleas and the calls and more stronger mandates for people to be vaccinated. Is still, through the mandates, a choice thing for a lot of people. So I feel like when it is up to colleges and universities, you know, they got to take into account what will be the backlash, or how are we best to protect the students and ourselves and all of that. So that all makes a big difference there. It does. I also want to give a shout out to John C. Smith University. If you follow my Instagram on BEBELUVSPORTS, they gave me a shout out, so that's good. I love John C. Smith University. I think it's really great what they're doing, leaps and bounds. Everybody really with their social media that wasn't ready available to a lot of people back then, but in a good way. That might be good because there is no footage and no evidence of what anybody put down back in the day. Boop. So there's a yiggity yang for that. I also want to give a shout out to Bam Marley. Bam. Okay, that's Ziggy Marley's son. Okay, absolutely great. He had such a great post there on his post that he did. He did a nice solo with just the guitar, and it was just so great. So I love that. All right, so we're gonna move it on up here because I don't know if okay, that's a meetup. I knew it. Okay, I'm not gonna put them on camera, but anytime that you have like someone pull up in the cut and then they just sit there waiting there, and you just remember I said, what is that CTS doing waiting there? So then a pretty girl just pulled up, so there's a meetup right there. So okay, y'all be careful out here. Okay, be careful, be careful, be careful. Be careful and be safe. That's all I gotta say. Be careful and be safe out here. But on my page, on my social media, BB Loves Sports, I did show love to John C. Smith. I love the aerial coverage that they did with the drones. showing the campus, and a lot of things remain the same and some things change. It's like they don't have the bridge that goes across from one campus over to the other side of Bays Ford Road for John C. Smith, and that used to be a nice little lover's lane. It used to be a nice easy way to watch the traffic go back and forth when you just want to sit up there and clear your thoughts, and when you just didn't want to deal with traffic. So it prevented a lot of people from getting hit, hurt, and killed, because you could just go over the bridge, over Bays Ford Road to get to the other side if you lived on the other side, if you were visiting. And I really wish they did not close that bridge down, but it is what it is. I always loved the Science Hall. Of course, I always loved Biddle and everything like that, but it was just great. And then, of course, Convocation is a very special time to a lot of people, so I thought that that was really, really cool too. Also, since we're going to be talking about sports and college and all that good stuff, the scholarship, let's give a round of applause to John C. Smith, my bad, but let's give a round of applause to John C. Smith, because I am a Smithite. I see it. Okay, they're carding left, so they did a little hookup thing. They're going. Alright, so we want to give love to the scholarship. See that right there? Okay, and this is the About the Love Scholarship. This is coming from Jay-Z, Sean Carter, and Beyonce Knowles Carter, the Carters. And what they did, they specifically gave scholarships directly without any applications to Norfolk State University, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Bennett College, Central State University, and Lincoln University. So, I come from a family of service, and I come from a denomination, African Methodist Episcopal Church, that does scholarships, and there's people around me that do scholarships for education. And my mother is a retired educator. My uncle's a retired educator. We just got a lot of educators and stuff like that in the family, and this is just great. And I gave an extra special shout out to Bennett, because the Bells all girls liberal arts school for African Americans, a lot of times in many of the conversations, you know, they get overshadowed by Spelman and that kind of thing, but I have love for all of them. But that was so good, definitely seeing Bennett receive this from the Carters. So you could go take a look at the latest information out there. So I think that is so cool. Now, I pulled this from their president's IG, and this is a lovely picture of an African American female within a bell. And let me give you that. If you attended Bennett's, they're called the Bells. And so I thought this was dope. So this is a yearbook. So that's dope. That's really, really dope. So I thought that was really, really cool. Alright, so a lot of exciting things that are going to be happening. Lots of more coverage to come. I'm getting ready to eat my fish fillet, and then I'm going to take my shower and wash off the day. I'm going to let my hair down, maybe relax a little bit, select which cigar I'm going to do the review of Certified Lover Boy, and then I'm going to go into my chill, because there's going to be a lot else happening tonight with the football games and all that good stuff. Alright, everybody, just want to come back on, do the last recap. Thanks so much for locking in. I'm BB Davis with BB Love Sports, where sports and gaming is exquisite fusion. Be safe out there. Watch your surroundings wherever you go, and always be more of yin than of yang. Alright, peace and love, everybody, and more to come. I'm BB, and you've been locked in at BB Love Sports, where sports and gaming is the exquisite fusion.